Without arcades, I would have been in the streets. Not like in a gang or something like that. Just like aimlessly wandering around, nothing. We lived in this kind of old apartment building that was part of a complex of buildings in an area where honestly I didn't have much to do. And kids would just kind of hang around. If somebody in the group had video games, obviously we would try to go to their house and play those. But a lot of the times I was just kind of floating around. And this is where arcades as an institution just saved my life. The arcade was just this instant child daycare we could go to. It seemed too good to be true. What's the catch? We can just show up. We don't even have to pay if we don't want to. We can just loiter around and watch other kids play. I remember there were mornings on the weekend where we would get there early and line up outside of the arcade waiting for the owner to open up for the day. It was like a food stamp place. It was an everything in one. It was like a community center, a church, a UFC cage. The arcades was not something every generation got to experience because basically by the early 2000s, they've already started dying out. A lot of kids started playing games at home. Games were just getting more advanced and kids had less and less reason to go to the arcade. So even though this was like a 2-year run I had with arcades, it left such a big impact on me. Like seriously, without arcades, I would look like what I imagine kids in the 18th century looked like. When you see these old photos, they're just kind of playing in the dirt with a stick. So I'm just glad I got to live through that era.
You guys want to play stickball?
Certainly.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Let's
over
go.
here. Come on.
Fast forward many years, arcades died. A lot of kids played couch co-op games, couch multiplayer, but eventually like the social element of gaming itself started going away. Companies wanted everyone to have their own console. Split screen multiplayer was becoming less and less of a thing. In the last few years, I felt like gaming's just this thing a lot of people just do at home by themselves, which is fine. It's good to be able to spend time alone at home, just relaxing, playing your favorite game. But there's something missing. About a year and a half ago, I discovered an arcade bar in my area. And I was like, man, I haven't even thought of arcades in I don't know how many years at this point. So I started checking it out. At an arcade bar like this, you pay like 10 bucks at the door and then you just play anything for as long as you want. So this place was like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory of games. I started going and just reconnecting with these old arcade games. And every time my brother's in town, we would go to this arcade and I would expose him to these old ass, by today's standards, kind of janky games that I grew up on that he otherwise would have never seen. But the point is, it was like a social thing again. It's literally recreating that childhood joy I felt in 1999, but for 36-year-old me that wants to chug 3 beers and play Ninja Turtles. And this arcade near my place kind of revitalized my interest in arcade games. And then as I started going down this arcade rabbit hole and getting reacquainted with these classics, this company called Samtronic sent me a folding arcade cabinet. I don't think I've seen one of these before. This is like a suitcase that opens up and it becomes an arcade machine. The top one I had to boot up right away. Obvious, Metal Slug. I was addicted to Metal Slug. In an era where I loved side scrollers, Metal Slug was just incredibly unique to me because it was on this Neo Geo arcade hardware that regular kids didn't have in their home. So at the time, it was just so ahead of its time. And even though I've been playing this on the Anbernic, it's not the same because you need the joystick. And just like the clickiness of the buttons is so satisfying for a game like this. This game is still insanely fun many years later. And there's like a whole bunch of them that now I can actually try to beat because I don't have to worry about quarters. It's got 1942, The Battle of Midway. This is another classic. I loved these top-down bullet hell flying type games. When I was a kid, I wouldn't get far in the game. You know, I'd put in a couple of quarters, I would die pretty quickly. But now I can actually get into it. Like I could actually participate in all the battles for real. I went through and played the classic beat-em-ups. You probably know what they are. My favorite one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I freaking loved this game. So many memories of me and 3 of my friends picking a turtle, fighting over who gets to be Leonardo, trying to work together to die as little as possible because we were on coin rations. And it's just been fun like jumping back into it. Just stress-free, infinite joy hack. Then as I start playing around with this, I'm like, well, I'm still not doing it right. The arcade is meant to be social. And I'm looking around and, you know, there's a couple of cats in here and a dog. But the old arcade crew is long gone. So I roped in my wife, Julia, to play with me. She is not an arcade person. She's been with me to the arcade a whole bunch of times, but this was not her upbringing. To her, the arcade is a strange, noisy, foreign place, filled with nerds. First game I got her on was Puzzle Bobble. This is probably my top 3 arcade games. It is simple, it's fun, it's addicting.
This first level is easy.
Damn, this is considered easy?
Yeah.
You're doing good.
Oh no, oh no, oh no! What the hell? I suck.
Next, I wanted to expose her to the side-scrolling beat-em-up genre. We played the Simpsons game, which, along with the Ninja Turtles game and the X-Men game, is in my top 3 of beat-em-up games.
Oh, there's our baby.
What the
Get that baby back.
I'm like a Simpsons fanatic. I'm probably gonna quote the Simpsons till the day I die. So it makes sense that this is also one of my favorite games. And you know what? This game is still fun.
This guy has an umbrella as a weapon.
It's so easy for a person who doesn't even play games to just jump into and be able to participate without feeling like, oh, I'm so outclassed here. No matter who you are, you can just move Homer around and just beat up some goons.
Oh, you tried to hit me with your hat, eh? I jumped over that shit.
And it's a good time, especially if you throw a couple of beers in.
I'm holding a cat just as a weapon.
Yo, who are these old guys in teacups? The hell? Oh my god, he got me. You mother. Why are all these games just like for your forearm growth? Like.
We revisited some classics like Pac-Man. What is there to say about this game? This is an OG game. Simple, intuitive, fun. Even though this game's basic as hell, like, I still get hooked on it. Some of these games just feel timeless to me, even though I know they're probably not fascinating to younger players now. And again, because of this joystick, it feels like this is the right way to play Pac-Man. Last game we played was Street Fighter 2, which I'm actually not familiar with at all.
Go with my girl?
Chun-Li?
Yeah. Yo,
Okay.
she's fucking jacked, man.
The magic of arcade games is apparently if you smash buttons enough, you can be pretty good.
I don't even know how I'm like doing certain things. That's the problem.
And that's what happened. I kind of got the shit kicked out of me by Julia. And I guess because I don't actually know how to play the game, that's just how it goes. But the point is, it's still fun.
What are you so scared for? What the f was that?
Oh, no!
Oh,
No!
that was pretty sick.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna back away.
You pussy.
I just love rediscovering these games because they feel like a forgotten part of history. Like the world has moved on so many years ago, and by today's standards, I fully acknowledge these games are just primitive as fuck. Like I'm not expecting these games to captivate young players, but I think some of them are surprisingly good because the point is not like the complexity of the game. The point was to be with your buddies, screaming at each other, getting competitive, testing each other's reaction time, and just more like broing out, rather than getting like really sweaty about the game itself. Playing with friends online is fun, but there's something about being in this like close proximity that just makes the game more hype than it actually is. And we got to experience that at the arcades back in the day. And so it's been cool to see these arcade bars make a comeback. It's been cool to see companies like Sega trying to bring back arcade games. And maybe through that, younger people can discover arcade games the way I discovered classic songs through Guitar Hero. Anyway, this thing is cool. It's a good time. And the best part is, I don't have to desperately look for coins in the couch.